So there are 2 packets posted on the blackboard. So we're gonna talk tomorrow how one packet is due when and second packet is due when. All right. So there are 2 packets posted, and I'm gonna go over the problems from both the packets, from online as well as from the live classes, so that we can cover most of them, same type, so that you can see what are the types you already have seen in the class. All right. So let's start and then see where we need more help. So raise your hand if you get stuck with something. We do more problems. So I'm going to choose one type from both the packets, from the packet 1 and packet 2. I have 2 packets. If you guys, anyone don't have any packet, let me know. And you guys have packet? You don't have anyone? I will give you, all of you guys, the packet, because they are total like 36 pages. So there are a lot of packets. So I will let you know. It's posted online for every teacher. You can access easily. All right, in the case you don't have it. All right, so first type is simplify the expression and write the answer using positive exponents. Even you can sit here, whatever you like to. All right, first example is 3m cube n exponent negative 2 over cube. Final review, final exam review. Not doing chapter 6 review, that will be tomorrow in class.
So tomorrow's chapter 6 review?
Yeah, and Wednesday going to be the test.
Yeah, when the test is?
On Wednesday, not tomorrow. All right, so if you remember for positive exponent, what is the rule for the positive exponent? That if you have x to the negative n, how can I write this? Exponent cannot be negative, how can I write this? 1 over x to the n, right? We have to make a positive exponents. And also if you know, anytime, let's say you have x squared, y cubed to the third exponent. This exponent goes to each of the exponent. You distribute to each of them. Remember, if you have x m n, you do x m times n. This property also, right, in the chapter 3. So that means like this, x squared to the 3, y cubed to the third exponent. Right, so this like become x to the 6 and y to the 9. You times them together. Right, now I have this. So this is just to refresh your memory. Right, this is like to refresh. And x to the negative n is 1 over x to the n, one thing. And anything, if you have m n, you times the exponent. You don't add it. Right. Now this is a problem given to you. How should I start first step? Anyone? Flip what? Which one should I flip? This one on the top? Just look at the outside exponent first. Before looking inside, just look outside. You want to distribute it? Any other idea? Anthony?
You want to make sure that the negative 2 is a positive, so you move it to the bottom.
You move it to the bottom. Let's move this first to the bottom. Right? The outside exponent, then distribute it. We are not distributing right now. Right? Just move this first. All right, so we will, what we do is, we're going to flip this. We write 3m cube n squared and 2m squared n. Do you understand why I wrote 1? Jose, do you good? Do you understand? Because it was a negative exponent, you flip it. Because of the rule, x to the negative n is 1 over xn. Danny, you good? All right. The next step is if you have more than one terms, like let's say z, and outside any exponent, you distribute this exponent to each of the term, not just to one, not just z to the m. You're going to distribute this m to each term inside, to the each one. So now let's check here. How should I write on the bottom? I have to distribute this 2 inside everything. And I have to distribute this 3 inside everything, right? So let's check. So 1 over, this become what? 9, or first let's write down 3 squared, that's correct, 9, right? What about the next one?
M6.
M6, you understand why M6? Because M, 3 and this is 2, you're going to time them together, it become. What about the next one? Right, so n to the second power. Same thing you guys going to do it with this one. So what about this one? What this side become? 8 or 2 to the third, good job. What about this one? M to the 6. And this one?
-9.
And -3 and 3, which become and -9, right? All right, let's see this one. Can I raise this side? All right, so this become 1 over 3 squared is 9, m to the 6 n squared times 8 m to the 6 and n to the -9. Right? You times the number, that's one of the property, you times the number, you have 9 times 8, right? There's another property for the exponents. Another property for the exponent is if you have xm times xn, you add the exponents. So you have to remember these properties. If you have xm times xn, you add the exponents. And if you have, you subtract the exponent, xm minus n, right? So depend what you have given on that. So here, all right, let's see what property we can use. And also if you have this, which we already said, -n, which is 1 over xn. Other way around, if you have 1 over x to the -n, this can also become x to the n. You can flip either way. You are not allowed to have a negative exponent, so you have to move. Wherever is a negative, you move it to the other way around. All right, here the number become what? How should I write the numbers? 72. What about m? 12, right? You add the exponents. Everyone is good? Ask the question where you get stuck. It's like a class, right? You all my students, right? Yeah, don't worry about that. They will cut it out, that, right? So don't worry about that. M to the what? 12. And then n to the what?
-7.
-7. Do you understand why n to the -7? Anyone who don't? Because you add the exponents. Trail is happy, huh? All right. Yeah. That's why, right? You multiply it. All right. Is this my final answer?
No.
What should I do?
N to -7.
N to the -7. Bring it on the top. Good. So this become n to the 7 over 72 m12. All right, let's give you one problem and you guys going to work, and then I will help if you get stuck. is x to the 7, x to the negative 8, negative 6, x to the negative 5, and negative 8. This is classwork. You have to turn it in. You need help with this? No, you good? Do you need help with this? Do you need help with this? Yeah? Yeah, just let me know, all right? That way I will go over that problem. If anyone need help, just, you don't have to say anything, just show like hand like this. So I get it, so I will go over it, all right? Anthony, you want to move here on the table? You both guys, so you have a table. Both of you. You good? You don't want to sit on this chair today? All right. You done? Johnny, are you done? Bianca? Tiapa? Come on. Very good. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very good. Good job. You saw what she did, how she got that answer. So what she did is, before moving anything, she distributed this exponent. Negative 6 times negative 8. So 2 negative, when you times it become a positive, right? So negative 6 times negative 8 become 48, right? So she got x to the 48, x to the 7 stays as such. She haven't done anything with that, right? On the bottom, she times this to exponent. She used the same property, x, m, n. You times them together. Anytime you have two exponents like that, you times them together, right? So that's why you get what? 5 times 8 is 40. So you got that, x 40. Right, so then, and then 48 and 7 become what? You add the exponent, because if it is x to the m and x to the n,
equals x plus n.
yes, equals to, that's why they get x 55, right? And then on this side, x 40,
X, y person with minus x.
you subtract them, right? So you subtract the exponent, that's why the answer is what? X to the 15. Is that good enough? Everyone is okay with this? Let's try one difficult one. If it's too fast, let me know. We're going to go slow down. Is that good? So that we can cover most of the topics too, not just exponents. All right, if you have 243 to the 6th power times 3 to the negative 3 over 9 to the 6th power, simplify the expression and use positive exponent to write your answer. Two 43 to the 6, 3 to the negative 3, 9 to the 6. If we just have to write as a positive exponent, 3, we move it down and done, right? But if you have to simplify, make the same base. Same base means everything 243 change as a base of 3. How many times I multiply 3 to get 243? 9 how many times, and then add the exponent. Apply the rule. Think about it, and I'm going to go over it. So 243 is this. 9 is, can I use this somewhere to simplify this problem? 243, because if you times 3 times 3 is 9, times 3 is 27, times 3 is 81, 81 times 3 is 243. So how many 3's are there? 5 3's are there, right? 9 is 3 squared. How can I use those number here and can simplify further? So 243 I can write as what? 3 to the 5th power. 9 is 3 squared to the 6th power. Can you simplify this now? Same base. You can add the exponent. You cannot add the exponent because it doesn't have the same base here. Right? They don't have the same base. You cannot add the exponent. Only thing you can do it is move this negative to the bottom. So to use the exponent rule, they should have all the same base. Xm only apply if the base is same. Xm over xn only apply if the base is same. This base is not same with anyone. So we try to go to the smallest one and see if we can make the factors out of it. Right? So we did the same thing here. Now can we simplify this further? What is 5 times 6? 30. So this I can write what? 3 to the times over now what next? Trail, what should I do next? Here. Combine. So what should I combine?
3 to 27.
27, good. Danny, what should I do next? Subtract. If you have division, you subtract. So if you subtract here, what do you get? 15. 3 to the 15 is your answer. Done? Everyone is good with this? We'll give you more practice for this so that you get better out of it. Let's do firstly, so one type each. Alright, then we will do more as far as we can finish on time. Good? Can I erase it? Alright, next type is subtract the polynomials or multiply. They can ask you anything, subtract the polynomials. So basically we're going to try to see based on polynomials, different types based on polynomials. First example is x squared plus 5x plus 6 minus 3x squared minus 4x plus 1. And second example we're going to do is multiply 8x minus 3 x plus 2. So these are the two problems we're going to do it. Alright, let's start with the first one. You know that we can add or subtract only the like terms, right? We add or subtract like terms here. So, what should I get here? Alright, negative 2x squared. Everyone understand how she get negative 2x squared? Anyone has any question how she get negative 2x squared?
What was this? The first one?
This is 1, right? If there's nothing, that means 1. 1x squared. So what she did is 1x squared plus 5x plus 6 minus 3x squared. Right? So this is and this. 1 minus 3, negative 2x squared. That's why she get negative 2x squared. What about next? What should go here?
9x.
Do you understand why 9x? Because 2 negative, you distribute this to every single.
I got that thing that confused me. I didn't know what exactly you're doing. You got two there.
Yeah. Alright, so you get plus 4x minus 1. Right? Plus 4x minus 1. Now you add 5x and 4x like terms, so you get 9x. And 6 and negative 1 give you what?
5.
5. Can I do anything? Can I add these two together? Why not? Yeah, because they are not like terms. We can only add the like terms, right? So this is your what? Final answer. Is that good? Do you guys need one more practice on this, or you're okay with this? Good? All right, what about this one, second one? Eight x minus 3 times x plus 2. Which method we going to use to multiply them? Foil. How many of you know how to foil it? Len, you can move here if you don't have a seat. Jocelyn, you guys can move here, one of you. Bring the chairs from outside and you can sit here next to them. All right, how can we foil this? Danny, you're going to tell me. 8x squared. First, outer, inner and last. First, outer, inner and last. Right? So, first time, first term, which he said, which become what, Johnny? 8x squared. Outer, if I times outer, what I get? 16x. Outer, right? First, outer, inner. If I multiply inner, what I get?
Negative 3x.
Negative 3x. Last, if I times the last, negative 6. So, first and then outer, inner and the last. The first, outer, inner, last. And I said if it is hard to remember foil, you can write down the number 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? If it is hard, like you can do it. Write down, this is first term, second term, third term, fourth term. And then you have to time first with the third plus first with the fourth, second term with the third and second term with the fourth. So, first two terms goes with the both 3 and 4, 3 and 4. Right, if you don't remember foil. So, foil is easy to remember by looking at it, first, outer, inner and last. All right, next. Good? All right, factor. 14x cube y plus 7x squared y minus 7xy. Right, Anthony? Right, Danny? Okay, so what should how can I factor this? Adam, any suggestion? Good, good. Yeah, so one thing he said that in every single thing you can see 7 I can pull out common factor, right? So let's see if I 7 I can pull out common, what is left on the first case? 2 x cube y plus x squared y minus xy. Can I pull out anything else common? X and y, good. How many x I can pull common?
1.
1x, right? And how many y's I can pull out common?
1.
So what I am left with?
X squared.
Very good. 2x squared plus x minus 1, right? X and y is already taken out. So it's left with 1. Is that good? Can you factor this or not? Try to use FLM method. Can you factor it or not? If not, leave as this. This is your answer. Try. Can you factor this or not? Anthony, you are good. You are quick. Tell me.
Eric will go back to the same thing?
No, if you just do this. Can you factor this or not? So we leave at this. And this is your what? Final answer, right? So we can't do more than that. Then this is your final answer. All right. Is that everyone okay with this? All right. Next, another example for factoring is 4x squared minus 8xy minus 3x plus 6y. Factor this out. 4x squared minus 8xy minus 3x plus 6y. Factor this out. Make a groups. See if you can make any group and pull out anything common. So look at here if there is anything you can pull out common in a group. Look at the second group if you can pull out anything common, and then see what you get.
There's 5 groups, the first one, second.
Yeah, because you cannot pull out something common from whole 4 terms, right? So we're going to use.
What, 4?
All right.
Second one,
What, 8?
No, try to see like make this 2 as a one group.
2.
No, from this you take out this as one group and this as one group. Choose those 2 as a one group each. All right, so in this case you have this 4x squared minus 8xy minus 3x plus 6y. If I pull out 4 common, what else I can pull out common from this too? X. If I pull out 4x common, what I'm left with? X minus 2y. Is everyone okay with that, right? All right, what I can pull out common from here? To get x here, I need a positive x. It's a negative 3x. What can I pull out common to get positive x here? Negative 3 common. See here is a x. I'm going to try to see if I can get the x. So if I pull out negative 3 common, negative 3 times x is negative 3x. What I times with negative 3 to get positive 6y? Negative 2y. Right? Because I need what? When I FOIL or distribute it, I need a positive 6y when I distribute it. All right. Is there any common terms here? Right? So that means x minus 2y is common. What I'm left with? 4x minus 3. And that's my answer. So what I did, see here. Step 1 was, this is grouping by pair, right? So we made one pair and then another pair. And I saw what I can pull out common from the first pair. So I pull out 4x common, right? Number as well as a variable if you can pull out common. I left with x minus 2y. I'm going to try to see if I can, here if I pull out negative 3 common, so I get what? Positive x. And if I times negative 3 with what number to get positive 6y. That's why there's a minus sign here, right? And then you have this x minus 2y and x minus 2y. And if you pull out this common factor again, like consider this is a whole equation, which is, right? If you pull out x minus 2y common, what is left here? 4x. If you pull out this common from here, what is left here? Negative 3. That's why answer becomes this. Good? All right, next. Can I erase this? Another example is factor x squared minus 5x plus 6. That's an easy one to factor. X squared minus 5x plus 6. And then we will not do more examples on factoring, just few more. Then we go to the next type. And the third example we're going to do is 27 minus 8y cubed. 3 different types. We can do one with the number in front also if you struggle with that.
6 times 1 minute.
I'm going to go all the 3 problems. Try it yourself, then I will do it. Alright, what about the first one? X squared minus 5x plus 6. How can I factor this? How should I write it? FLM method, right? First, last and middle. So you write down 2 parentheses. Whatever is your first letter goes here, x and x. Whatever is your first sign, you just bring that sign here, negative. Here the sign, you time these 2 signs together, negative time positive, become negative. So the sign is negative. And the method is first, last and the middle. You time the first and the last, so we call FLM method, right? First and the last, first is 1, last is 6, so you get 6, and the middle is what? 5. You ignore the sign because we already taken care of the sign here, so you don't worry about the sign. We already write negative sign here, negative sign here, so you just write down the number. If they have same sign, which 2 number you add, right? If they have same sign here, which 2 number you add? If they have a different sign, which 2 number you subtract to get the number? So if you have 6, 6 are the factors, 6 times 1, 3 times 2 or 2 times 3. So if they have a same sign here, which 2 number you add to get 5, not subtract? So first is always bigger number, second is always smaller number. So x minus 3 times x minus 2. Alright, good. Alright, what about the second one? What formula I'm going to use it? Four x squared minus 9. Anyone, any idea what formula I'm going to use it? See? For this one, what should I use it?
And this one about the mean square.
Yeah. So, good. How should I start it? 2 squared and 3 squared, correct. We're going to use this, try to apply this formula, a squared minus b squared, different square method, a minus b times a plus b. Anytime you see, only for the difference. If there is a plus sign, does not apply. We don't apply the same rule, right? So you have 4x squared minus 9. 4 is a perfect square of what number? 2 squared give you 4. 9 is a square of what number? 3 squared. Right? As he said, we can write 4x squared as 2 squared x squared minus 3 squared. Right? This means what? Basically 2x whole squared minus 3 squared. Right? Now, what is my a here? This is the formula for me. I have squared and squared. What is my a and b? A is just 2? 2x. And what is my b? B is what? Just 3, right? Because, see here, you're just looking for a and b, not the square term. Now you have a and b, plug in on your right hand side. So what do you get?
Two X
2x minus
minus
3 and 2x plus 3. Right? 2x minus 3 and 2x plus 3. You can just by look at it, you can write, okay, 4. 4 is 2. Just write down x. 9 is the square of what number? 3. And then just write down plus and minus sign. This is a shortcut too. If you don't want to follow all the steps, just look at it. 4 is the square of what number? 2. X by itself. 9 is the square of 3. Negative and positive sign. Right? Instead of doing all the steps, if you remember, different square. Right? Alright, let's see. The answer is 2x minus 3 times 2x plus 3. Alright, if I have this one, before I'm going to do the next, let's say can I factor this out? How can I factor this out? Okay, 6. You want me to write 6 squared x squared, all right?
Plus 7 squared.
Plus 7 squared, all right? Then
It would be the 6x squared, or in the parentheses, plus 7 squared.
no squared, right?
6x plus 6 squared.
All right. Okay, you mean this, all right? Okay. Then,
A is 2x or 6x and the B is 7.
all right, a is 6x, b is 7, then
It would be
It's going to be 6x minus 7 or 6x plus 7.
formula is a squared minus b squared. There is a no minus sign. How can we apply the formula? We cannot apply the formula. This formula is only when you have here minus sign. So you have to remember, if it's a only if we apply this formula when it's what sign? Minus sign. If it's a plus sign, you can't do it. You can't factor it further. So you just say not possible, right? You cannot pull out anything common here, right?
Because the positive sign, right?
Positive sign. That formula is different square, right? So there is a. All right.
So anything has a positive sign, it's not positive?
Yeah. Only different square, minus sign. Right?
You can't for positive, you can't.
No, you can't. Right. All right. 27 minus 8y cube. Now difference cube formula. Difference cube. Anyone remember difference cube formula?
A cube minus B.
A cube minus b cube equals to?
A minus B.
Huh? A square plus 2ab. Alright, so she said this. A minus b, a square plus 2ab plus b square. Azaliad, what do you think? Then,
That look right.
huh?
That looks right.
Is this right?
For the cube, right?
For the cube.
B.
Bianca? If I foil this, a cube, I'm going to do it very quick to see it come out to be a cube or minus b cube or not. Let's say a cube plus 2a square b plus ab squared minus a squared b and minus 2ab squared minus b cube. I have a squared b and I have 2a squared b. So I left with a squared b. Here I left with negative ab squared minus b cube. It's not equals to left hand side. There's something wrong in the formula. What's wrong in the formula is there should be no 2 here. That's the only thing. Alright, so always if you don't remember the formula, FOIL it or distribute it and look at it. Make sure you get this side. If you don't get this side, that means your formula is wrong. Right? So always double check. So the formula is a minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. Yeah, this one. No 2ab. Alright? Plus ab instead of 2ab. 2ab is when you have this a plus b whole squared. Then you have 2ab plus b squared. Right? But if you have this cube, then this. Alright, so you have given this 27 minus 8y cube. So I have to make everything cube. Right? I have to apply, I need a, I need b so that I can plug the values in my right hand side. Right, to solve this, I need a and b. How can I get 27? First thing is a cube of what number? Everyone okay with this? 27. Remember like this. Few number at least. 1 cube is 1, 2 cube is 8, 3 cube is 27, 64, 5 cube is 125 and so on. Right? Alright, so 27 is a cube of 3. What about 8? 2 cube y cube. This is one term, right? So I can write 3 cube minus 2y cube. So I have this formula right here. 3 cube minus 2y cube. Alright. What is my a in this case? A is 3. Right? Everyone understand? A is 3. What is my b?
What?
Huh?
To what?
2y. Good. 2y. So b is 2y. Alright. Once you have a and b and you know the formula, just replace a by the number, b by whatever you have, quantity or whatever you have. Right? So let's plug this value in. So I have here on this formula a is 3. So this become what? 3 minus 2y and a squared become what? 3 squared, 9, right? 3 squared, you want me to write first that? 3 squared. AB is a is 3, b is 2y and b squared is 2y whole squared. So this stays 3 minus 2y and this parenthesis become 9. 3 times 2 is 6y plus 2y whole squared become 2y whole squared become
4 squared. 4y squared.
4y squared. So make sure you square both terms. Remember, you have to distribute to both, not just to one. So 4y squared. And that's your final answer. Alright, good. Okay, let's do one word problem before we're going to go to the next type. Word problem based on this. What's the time?
5 minutes.
I have 5 minutes. You can leave, right? But the review session goes till 12:05. So I'm going to still continue for the final review. But those who have a class, they have no plan, no nothing. I'm going to take off the points. You are free to go. All right. When class is over, you're free to go. But if you want to sit, just go to the blackboard and start working on the review packet. Huh? This? There are 2 review packets and they are 100 points. No? No, not each. We will talk about that later on, right, Trail?
You have to do one of the packets?
Yeah, we will talk in class tomorrow about that. No, we're going to take test on Wednesday. Let's see if I can put this problem on the here document camera. It will help.
And I put 4 every day after 4, that's 4 and 2. Next total. Should give me 0. What's that? Hang glider? Actually,
No, we can't put it
the
there.
golf one, right?
No?
I think you're gonna teach 151 for the summer.
Yeah. I am going to
I checked
teach.
it.
He's not up yet.
Actually, on 121. Hers? I checked when she told us, and no, she only had 121 though.
142.
142. I don't want that.
Yeah. All right, let's do that, then I will talk. Yeah? All right, let's see here. Yeah. Okay. Who is a good reader? Who gonna read it? Not you?
A hang glider accidentally drops her compass from the top of a 400-foot cliff. The height h of the compass after t seconds is given by the quadratic equation. H equals negative 16t squared plus 400. When will the compass hit the ground?
All right. So what is given to you? You have a hang glider accidentally drop her compass from the top of 400-foot cliff. So 400-foot cliff, let's say this is total 400-foot cliff. The height of the compass after t second is given by the quadratic equation. Height is given by negative 16 t squared plus 400. When will the compass drop? And when will the compass hit the ground? Here's a compass, let's say. When will it hit the ground? When will it hit the ground? When will means you have to find what? When will? When will you come? You are asking what question? Time, right? So when will it hit the ground? So when it hit the ground, what will be the height?
0.
Height will be 0, right? When it hit the ground, height will be 0. Can you solve this equation for t? When will hit the ground? You have to find the time. Can you solve this equation? Yeah, it's like a golf ball one, absolutely. So let's do this. So how will we solve this equation is, you have given this negative 16t squared plus 400 equals to 0. So now, I know.
Is it like that? You have to get t by itself?
Yes, you have to get t by itself.
So minus 400 and move it over.
Very good. Minus 400 and move it over. So we get negative 16 t squared equals to negative 400. Then
Divide by negative 16.
divide by negative 16. T squared equals to what? Hmm? 25. What will be your t? 5. Plus or minus 5, but time cannot be negative, right? So answer will be what? 5 second. Right? Because t squared is 25. We don't need t squared. Right? You have to take, remember, anytime you have a square, you take a square root both sides to get rid of the square sign. At chapter 7. So that's why we get 5 seconds. Good? Enough with that? Alright, let's do the next try. Alright. There are so many types, we cannot cover all of this in one day. I'll see how many I cover, because in packet there are 73 problems. I cannot go over in one day, so we're going to split it up. Few we're going to do it today, few we're going to do it tomorrow, few we're going to do it on Thursday. Wednesday you're going to have a test, but we split it up. Alright, let's see a few examples based on rational expression.
Please tell us that that's the fun exam you have in your hand. Those are the same problems. Not safe.
No, if you, it's your choice, right? If you want to stay, I can't force anyone. Simplify the rational expression. Simplify the rational expression. This is like chapter 6. You are going to have a test too on this, right? So let's do this. X squared minus x minus 6, x squared minus 3x minus 10. Whenever you see the problem like this, always think, can you factor this out? Always look for something like this when you have this and they are asking you simplify. You cannot cancel like this. Don't do it, right? Remember, I always tell you, you cannot just take away x squared from this x squared, right? This are a different pair, this is different pair. You cannot just take it out. You cannot just x and x just cancel and 6 and 10 you can divide. You can't do this. Remember why we can't do it? Different families. They are whole one family. You cannot hit the other family, just cancel it out because you like to do it. So they are different families.
I was going to say, do you multiply the block with the denominator?
So you could do what? The multiply the by what? Oh,
By the opposite sign to the top and bottom.
that, you know what, when you do it, either when you have some, this is a totally different thing. You're confusing with chapter 7. If you have something like this, let's say square root of 3 plus 2, and I ask you, rationalize the denominator. We're going to do this problem soon. Then you take conjugate of it. Or you have 3 minus 2i, then you take conjugate of it. Not on this case. But that's a good question. If you were thinking that, many of others are going to think the same way. Yeah, you factor it. Let's factor this. All right, so let's factor this. Factor the top part, we're going to factor the bottom part. So you're going to factor the top. You have x squared, so you will have x and x, right? Whatever is the first sign, that goes here.
And then times the second, so it's positive.
So second sign is positive, two different signs, right? And then first, last and the middle, FLM. First and the last term is 1 and 6. Remember, this is your first, this is your middle term, this is your last term. First, middle and last. First and the last, you just write down the number, no sign. You don't have to worry about the sign. Your middle number is 1, right? So what number you subtract to get 1? Which two number you subtract to get 1?
3, 2.
3 and 2. So bigger number goes first and the smaller number goes second. And that's your factoring. Same thing we're going to do with the other one on the bottom. So you put the parentheses. So I have x and x. What sign goes first?
Minus and then positive.
Minus, the first sign goes always first as such. Whatever is the second sign is you time these two signs together. So negative times negative change to what? Positive. Now I have again first, last and the middle. First and the last, when you time those terms you have 10. Middle you have 3. You have an opposite sign means what two number you subtract?
5 times 2.
Good. Because only factors I have 10 and 1, 5 and 2. What two numbers I subtract to get 3? Bigger number goes first, smaller number goes second. Now, do I have identical pairs? Identical pairs.
Yes.
Which pairs are identical?
X plus 2.
Can I cancel anything else? Can I cancel this x with the x? Right? No, we can't cancel this because they are different pairs. They should have to have the same thing to get cancelled. Do you understand this? Good?
Yep. I applied the same sign you add rule. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Can I apply that all the time?
Yeah.
Same sign you add?
Yeah, same sign you add and the different sign you subtract for this FLM method. Right? All right, let's do the another one. Can I go to next so that we can cover more? There are 2 review packets. Those who don't have it, look at it on the blackboard and then I will print it out. It's a lot of pages for you guys to print it out. I will suggest to save paper, not print it out, right? Just write it down on a sheet and do it because a lot of wastage of paper. Yeah. All right. Next is multiply. You have 2a plus 2b over 3 times a minus b over a squared minus b squared. So we're going to factor, we're going to see what formula we can use. We can use difference square, we can use FLM like factoring. FLM stands for factoring. Those are not in my class, right? So can we factor anything? Can we common anything, pull out anything, common factor, anything, and then try to cancel. All right, let's see on the top here. Go step by step. Can I pull out anything common here? Right, so all right, so I will pull out 2 commons. So I am left with a plus b. A minus b, I cannot do anything, so I'm going to leave as such. What about the bottom? A squared minus b squared is what? A squared minus b squared is what? A minus b and a plus b, we just did it. Difference square. Anytime you see one squared minus the other square, perfect square, add them and subtract them. A minus b and a plus b. Anytime you see that. You see that square and the difference, different square. Anytime you look at that. So a minus b and a plus b. Can you cancel anything here? All right, a minus b and a minus b. Can you cancel anything else? Right, a plus b? 2/3 is your answer. All right, next. What time? You want me to stop? Just show me and I will stop there. What is the time? 5 more minutes because then I will do the review. If you guys want to come in the class, you can come in there. I'm going to go over the packet, those who are not my students. All right? If you want. Same thing for you. If you want to come on, we're going to do the review packet in class tomorrow. So if you can, like to come there.